And if you didn't,
and
you're right, if you didn't yell at me, I think
yeah. So we're gonna finish up a really pretty cool 2.5 days. I know everybody's got a lot of stuff already out of this thing. Just the little conversations we're having is pretty cool. And it's exciting to end with someone that's really exciting and passionate. I think this is what is great because, hell, even if your plane's delayed a couple of hours, even if there's traffic on 95, you're going to be in a good mood. You're going to have good spirits. Your attitudes are going to be high because of the big man coming up on the stage now. Rick Kolster. Woo-hoo! Big man. This is the big state of Texas, are you not?
All right.
So what does that mean you wear on your feet?
Boots.
So we're pretty sure he's not going to trip on the stage.
I'm hoping not.
We're feeling pretty safe. So I got to do a 30-second leadership academy. What's the favorite academy you got going on right now?
Favorite academy I've got going is the Emerging Leaders Academy. It's a program that I created in conjunction with many people here, specifically, and especially with my friend Chip Schultz. We created an academy that is a 3-year program that allows young leaders to mature into leaders ready to take the role when they're ready. I actually got a text this morning from one of my graduates from out of the 3rd year they graduated. He says, I got one of the guys in my office here. He's in your year 1. Do you know him? I said, yeah, of course I like him. He says, thanks. I'll tell him to keep doing the work.
All right, so can you do me a real quick favor? This is totally unscripted. All right, so Dan Elliott just joined.
Hey Dan, good to see you.
Dan Elliott is in the process right now of working with the Arkansas Trucking Association to create a leadership academy called 40 Under 40. I wonder where he got the idea from. Dan and I have talked about it a ton. I've had this conversation about the academies with a bunch of other people as well. Pretty kick-ass program. If you don't know a lot about it, it's not what we're talking about today, but it is something to grab him offside. 2 other questions for you.
Okay.
Do not look into the future. This has to be a past event. Okay? Because my second question is about the future. So this has to be from now, previous.
Yes.
The coolest person's wedding you've ever been at that everybody in this room would know who it is.
Oh, the coolest person? Diamond Dallas Page. Professional wrestler Diamond Dallas Page, the founder of DDP Yoga and DDPY. In Mexico, I presided over his wedding in 2015.
I talked about the story a long time ago. Now, I'm going to open this up and say, going forward, what is the biggest day of your life tomorrow? That will probably be the biggest day of your life ever.
Well,
what are you doing?
Tomorrow, and which is why we're out of here at 12:01, is my daughter's wedding, and I will be presiding over that. My youngest daughter's wedding. By the way, the over/under is 3 minutes before I cry. So that's it. And they told me to open up. Everyone's giving me advice and all this stuff. They told me to open up with a joke, Rick. And I went, I don't have any jokes that are clean enough or appropriate enough. And I know that even with this crowd. So I decided, I said, let's just talk about building the best you and bringing your A game. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's get down to business. Y'all ready for that?
Yep.
Sure.
Good. All right, bringing your A game. When you think of people who bring their A game, I think of professional athletes. LeBron James, pretty good basketball player. Stephen Curry, pretty good basketball player. When they bring their A game, what happens? Nothing but net. Tom Brady. When Tom Brady brings his A game, as much as it hurts me to say this, Super Bowls are won. As a Giants fan, it hurts. And when Tiger Woods brings his A game, really brings his A game, I don't think there's anyone on the planet that wants to go up against him on Sunday for the win. And since everyone's been talking about golf this whole week, Ryan's talking about golf, Chip is talking about golf, everybody's golfing. Now, those of you that know me may know this, you may not know this. I used to travel a lot. Prior to becoming an affiliate, I used to travel a lot, 180 days a year. And a lot of that as a sales manager, I handled half the country, Canada, Mexico. And I was always asked to play golf. Now, back, gosh, before, like I said, when I traveled, probably 20 years now, I was in Tucson, Arizona, at the Hyatt. Has anyone played the Hyatt in Tucson, Arizona? Great golf course. So I decided to play with my rep. And this guy he's serious. Ryan, you play a couple days a week maybe, right? What's your handicap?
10.
About a 10. He was a 1. Probably scratched 1 right in there. He won the championships. He really wanted to try the Amateur Open at that point. So I'm working with, I'll call him Gene, because that's his name. And I'm playing with Gene, and I'm like many. I'm a pretty athletic guy. Played a little college sports. I've tried to stay in shape. And I can self-teach myself almost anything. And like some of you, I'm self-taught in golf. Never taken a lesson, but I got this guy who's so good. So, Gene, let's get out and play, and maybe you can give me a couple tips. He said, sure, I'm happy to. So we get up, we play a couple holes. He hits the ball, I hit the ball. He hits the ball, I hit the ball. After 3-4 holes, I said, maybe it's time to ask Gene, how am I doing? I said, Gene, how am I doing? He said, you're doing okay. I said, no, really, tell me, how am I doing? I want to know, how's my game? He says, I've been watching you play. And there's only one thing that I think you need to change to improve your game. Like, hell, this is easy. One thing, I'm athletic, I can do this. What one thing do I need to change, Gene? He says, the one thing that's wrong with your game right now is that you're too close to the ball after you hit it. And he proceeded to tell me everything that was wrong with my game. He says, your grip is wrong, you gotta change your grip. Your stance is wrong, you gotta change your stance. Your eyesight, you gotta put your head down, all this. He told me all these things that were wrong with my game that I had to change. So I tell you this to tell you this. In order to get to your A game, you gotta embrace change. We've got to embrace change in what we do, how we do it, if you want to improve. We're all at the top of our games in our minds. But are you really at the top of your game? Are you bringing your A game every single day? So thinking about a little sip here. Bringing your A game. How many here think they're average? How many here would raise your hand and say, I'm just an average coach, facilitator, trainer? Any average? Let me ask you, do you bring your A game every time? Every single day, do you wake up and bring that A game? Would you accept average from your doctor? Would you accept average from your dentist? How about your car mechanic? He actually made a commercial about that. Did anyone see that? Yeah. No, none of us would bring average or accept average from anyone that we want to work with. Why would we accept in our own minds, you're doing okay? Because how many times have you walked around and said, hey, how's business going? It's okay. Well, to me, that tells me it's average. It's just okay. We teach our clients about attitude. We teach our clients about growth. Leaders, and each one of us are leaders. Leaders work with their teams. We work with our clients. We have to build relationships. We won't accept average. Don't accept average from the most important person in the world, which is you. Be the best you can be. Strive to be there. I'm going to talk about a couple things that really may hold you back. And it just makes me absolutely crazy when I see and I watch people taking it easy, chilling out. Now, some of us are on the retirement road. It's okay, perfectly all right. But don't accept average from the most important person in the world, and that's you. What I found is we have to build relationships in our business. Would you agree? I'm hearing Ryan talk about how many years, 10, 12, 13 years you've been working with one client or a number of clients? Yeah, I'm hearing long-term clients all over. We have to build relationships. It's about relationships. Business owners, and I'll consider us business owners, have to build those relationships. So what does it take to build those relationships? What does it take to have the right mindset to build that relationship? There are things that hold us back. Or actually, I believe there's 3 things that hold us back from living the life that we want to live, bringing our A game, and doing the things we want to do. Those 3 things are ego, arrogance, and pride. Ego, defined as self-importance. Believing in your own self-importance. Now, it may be said about me that I have a bit of an ego. You can laugh at that, it's okay. Sometimes self-depreciating humor is good. I know who I am. I bring in this big, loud, out over-the-top personality. In fact, a quick aside story, when I first started in the networks, first started my business, I hired a speech coach. Wonderful woman. And she says, Rick, I would come in, we do the speeches we have to do, right? We come out, we give the concept speech, we do all this. And I said, so I want to see what it would be like to really take it to the next level. And she looked at me, and one thing she told me, almost like my friend Gene in my golf game. She said, only one thing you need to do, Rick. I said, what's that? She goes, let me see your armpits. Okay. Because she wanted me to be bigger than life. She saw something in me 16 years ago that was bigger than life on stage. So I've continued to embrace that. But I also like to think that while I embrace that, my ego doesn't get in my way. Arrogance. Whoop, there we go. Arrogance. Think of what arrogance means. What is it? How would you define arrogance? Give me your definition of arrogance. Someone, anyone.
Think you can do anything.
Think you can do anything. Think you're better than others. And pride. Pride is the thing that gets in the way. Pride is getting in the way of God's grace. These 3 things will hold you back. These 3 things will prevent you from bringing your A game every single day. So check them when you wake up. How's my ego? I'm not saying you have to be a withering flower, but how's my ego? How important am I? Because, we always say, who's the most important person in the conversation? Me. So we tell our clients, right? Because it is. That's your ego. Arrogance. I'm better than everybody else. They don't stand up to what I can do. And then pride. Pride is just the thing that captures you and keeps you away from where you're supposed to be going. So what does it take to be an A gamer? What are some of the things? I think there's, we talk about success. Success, how do we define success here? We all know, we're all looking for success, but how do we define it here at the Trusted Advisors Network? Can you recite it with me? Success is the continual achievement of your own predetermined goals, stabilized by balance and purified by belief. That's great. We all know that, but I think there's keys to success. There are 6 keys to success. So, first key is define your reality. Does this look familiar? These numbers, these look familiar? Of course. Define your reality financially. Where are you? What do you want to make? How do you want to do it? Define what you need. Define where you are. Next one, physically. How are you taking care of yourself? If you're not taking care of you, how can you take care of the people that you serve, your clients? I'm going to get on an airplane in a couple of hours. And when that mask falls down, what do they say? Who puts it on first? Put yours on, then help the person next to you. We have to be physically ready to help the people around us. Mentally, are you growing? You're here, shows me that you want to grow. But are you continuing this when you leave here? It's a great week. Learned a lot. What are you going to do with it? Are you continuing on? Spiritually, where are you? Whatever your belief system is, where are you? Are you clear about where you are in that part of your life? Socially, how's your circle? How's your circle of friends, family? Is it wide or is it small, limited? And then family. Do you interact with your family, or might you be estranged with your family? See, I like to think of the things that are important to me, or what I call the 5 Fs, the 5 F words. You want to hear? Faith, family, friends, fun, and for me, it's either fitness or freedom, depending on how I feel. But think about it. What are your 5 Fs? What are your F words that you're going to use? What are those F words? The next step, key to success, know your purpose. How many times have we heard the word purpose this week? Nancy got up here and she drilled it into us. I loved it because we hadn't even talked. And she's telling exactly what it's like. Know your purpose. Do you know your vision? Do you have a vision? Do you know your mission? Do you have a mission? A personal mission, not your business. I'm going to take this all aside. I want to talk to each and every one of you individually today. It's not about your business, it's about you. What's your personal vision? What's your personal mission statement? Do you know it? Can you recite it? Once you know that, then you can define your purpose. All right, quick show of hands. How many here have or know their purpose statement? How many here have been through the exercise and written their purpose statement with a coach? Yeah. You've done it, but you don't know it. Half of you didn't raise your hand and said you know it, but you've been through the exercise. Go through it. Helping people achieve their potential. That's my vision. That's my purpose. Gotta know it. Bring it. That's the number 2 key to success. Where did it all go? Oh, yes. You know what? Sometimes you forget the stories you're supposed to tell. When you talk about purpose, I was on vacation. I just got married, by the way. I don't know if everybody knew that. Hey, we got married. Finally, we're revealing in his stories of singleness. I got married in November, on November 11th, 11/11, at 11/11. So I decided it was time to take my beautiful wife, and if you follow me on Facebook or social media, you'll see I'm not lying about that part. Take her on a honeymoon. We took an 8-day cruise, Galveston to the Bahamas. Sunshine, margaritas, laying on a boat, floating in the water, chilling out. And you know, if you've been on a cruise, you know that you see lots of people. There's a couple thousand, 3,000 people on a boat. So you get to run into people because you kind of find those patterns. So as we were coming back on from a shore excursion, I think it was Key West, we bumped into a couple. Bobby Patton and his wife Joyce. Bobby Patton's from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, right near Tulsa for those of you that are looking for a bigger city. Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Bobby owns a used car lot. He's a car salesman. Nice guy, about 45 years old. We're chatting with him and his wife as we come back onto the boat. And we go our separate ways. They go to their cabin, we go to our cabin. And Brenda and I, my wife, we had made friends with our waiter. So we picked the waiter, we took care of him, and he said, come to this certain place on the deck, and I'll have some chairs for you. Sitting there's like 8 chairs. They're away from the pool, they're a little bit away, and it's right next to the bar. Convenient. Be convenient. So we get up at 7 o'clock in the morning because we're early risers. We put our stuff down there. Julio's watching our stuff. He's getting ready to make us a couple drinks. And there's another couple chairs that were taken, and we went back at breakfast. Come back up on the deck, put our bathing suits on the deck, and who's sitting there? Two doors down, 2 seats down from us. Bobby and Joyce Patton. Well, it's good to see you again, folks. Hey, remember you from the deck? We talked. Yeah, so we got to talk a little bit more. Now, Bobby's laying there and he's reading. So me in my shameless self-promotion mode, I decided I'd give him a copy of Roll Up Your Sleeves and Get to Work. So I gave him a copy of it. We sat there, we had a couple jokes back and forth. He comes to me the next day. He says, ma'am, same place, sitting in the same place on the deck. Comes to me the next day, he says, you know what? I think I'm gonna have a waffle. A couple of you know what that means. This hotel, the first time we had a meeting here at this hotel. I made waffles for a bunch of folks. And I swore, and I know Alan was sitting there, that I was going to write a chapter called The Waffle Chapter. He quoted my book back to me. So now I have to engage. I said, you read my book? Like, really, dude? I thought it was going to be a paperweight. So he reads the book, quotes my book. We sit talking, and I see Bobby. Let me show you a picture of Bobby. Bobby was sitting there, had his shirt off. He's laying there getting his suntan. Like I said, young guy, good-looking kid. He's got a big scar right down the middle of his chest, though. Big scar. So what do you think happened? I'll tell you what happened. Open heart surgery. 95% blockage in the widowmaker, the left artery, arterial LAD, they call it. That's the one that kills him. He had 3 heart attacks, as a matter of fact. That was his wake-up call. It was his purpose call. See, that made him define and change what he does. He had to be deliberate about what he does. Now, he's changed the way he does things. He's put in new actions, new behaviors. He knows what his purpose is now. And he would tell, he was pretty honest, and we subsequently talked. He says, Rick, we've been married for 25 years. That's what Joyce and I are celebrating. 25 years of marriage. He says 23 of those years, we were on the verge of divorce. Only since I had my heart attack and I realized what I had and what my purpose is, did things change. Now he mentors a young man up at Broken Arrow. He leads an entrepreneurial group. And I love it, because he's the senior guy there. It's mostly young guys. He's in an entrepreneurial group, and he leads young business owners and shows them how to do it. He changed the way he eats. He changed what he puts in his head. He now sends me every 5 days, he sends me a 5-day Bible study we do on the Bible app. He's found his purpose to change lives. So my question for you is, what's going to be your heart attack moment? I don't want anyone to have a heart attack, but I want you to have that moment. What's your heart attack moment that's going to go, now I know my purpose? What's your Bobby Patton moment? What is it? What's it going to be? It's going to make you say, this is it. This is where I want to be. I'm going to live with passion and purpose. Think about it. Next key to success. Successful people find a way. They find a way to get it done. I am the most unlikely candidate to be standing here in front of you. Now, 16 years ago, first time ever, I had no clue. I had no background in OT, no background in facilitation, nothing. I was a sales manager. I used to tell people to sell plastic and copper. I had no clue, but I knew I needed a job. So here I am. I had to find a way to make it work. How to find a way to be successful, because you know what? If I didn't make, we didn't eat as a family. To be successful, successful people will find a way. Find a way to get done what you want to get done. You know your purpose. Now find a way to get it done. Whatever it is, build your business, grow your business, transition, find more customers, find more clients. I don't care what it is, but they will find a way. I had to learn how to put the time in. Next, master the fundamentals. Master the fundamentals. You're here, and what I'll challenge you is, you took a lot of really cool stuff, but have you been back to the basics? Do you know the STAR model? Do you use it? Do you know the formula? What are the basics in our business that we have, that we've been taught? Basics are so important. In fact, one of my favorite coaches of all time is a guy named Vince Lombardi. Anybody heard of him? Vince Lombardi believed so much in the basics that every year he would gather the Green Bay Packers. He would get the Green Bay Packers and he would gather them all together. These are Hall of Fame guys. Bart Starr, Jerry Kramer, Fuzzy Thurston, Max McGee, Ray Nitschke. He'd gather them on the football field. And he'd say, gentlemen, this year, we're going to master the fundamentals. This is a football field. It's 100 yards long, 50 yards wide. And then he'd reach down on the field, and he'd come up and he'd go, gentlemen, This is a football. We run with it, we tackle it, and we block for it. We're going to master the fundamentals, running, blocking, tackling. And that's how we build championship teams. Are you mastering your fundamentals? Are you building your own championship team? Go back to the basics. It's simple when you do that. We want to get all fancy sometimes. Go back to the basics of what you know best. You can't keep it as Wendy's sons. Just say it. Build your people. Learn to build your clients. And if you're building an organization, for those that have an organization or want an organization, build your people. Work with your people. Build them up. Spend time with your clients, making them better. I carry a coin in my pocket. This coin is my company coin. And on the front, it says, be the leader that makes others around them better. That's the Coach Rickism that I tell every one of my clients. Be someone who makes the people around you better. That is my definition of leadership. Build the people around you. Make them better. What do you have to do to lift them up? Take them and lift them up. Did I turn this thing off again? Sure. Let's see. No. There we go. Finally, number 6, be a builder. Be a business builder. Build your business. What is it going to take to build your business? Think about your business. What things do you want to build? Some of the things you need to do is create the right environment. Where are you? Where do you office from? Where do you do your business at? Look for productive results. Spend your time doing productive work. Things that get you results. That's what an A gamer will bring. Finally, or continuing, have a clear vision. We talked about vision, knowing your purpose, but have a clear vision of where you want to go, what you want to do. Clarify that. Take away from today the fact that I want to have clarity when I hit home. Sometime today or maybe tomorrow, I don't know when you all are leaving. Have that vision. Know what you want. Know your stuff. Gosh, study, study, study. People, we've got lots of information here, folks. Know your shit. Don't be the guy that doesn't, or the gal that doesn't know your stuff. Know your stuff. Study it, learn it, perfect it. Be the one to go to. Plan, plan, plan. Build a plan. Have a plan. Design a plan. People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. So think about it. How many here have a strategic plan? And I know that Nancy did this earlier. How many here have a strategic plan? How many here have updated it in the last year? Okay, good. Go back and plan. Plan your work and then work your plan, folks. That's what success and how to reach success. Work your plan. Measure, measure, measure. We did a session the other day. Who's this? Who did the session on measurement? Tom, that's right. Track it. Or if you want to go to Selling for Geniuses, yes, I'm a shameless self-promoter. You want to Selling for Geniuses? The 4-point system. How many here know the 4-point system? How many here use the 4-point system or have used it? Some of you remember Lois. I taught her the 4-point system on the way back to the airport from a prior meeting. She says, you got to get 4. I said, that was easy. I figured that'd be easy. She calls me up a week later. She says, Rick, I got 75. She measured, and took her business to a new level where now she's kind of retired and hanging out. She took it her business to where she wanted to go. Measure, measure, measure what you do. What you measure, you can manage. If you're not getting what you want out of your business, measure it. Find out where your shortcomings are. Find out where your strengths are. Measure. Empower the people around you. Lift them up. Encourage them. Your clients. Be that encourager to your clients. You got this. I'm the tough guy. I mean, my clients, I'm the tough guy with my clients. I'm a take no stuff kind of guy. You know, I'm kidding him. I'm not going to say any words. But I'm a take no guff kind of guy. Empower them. Lift them up. Make them feel encouraged. And set the pace. You set the pace. Think of it, out hustle, out work everybody. Out hustle, out work. Think about it, here's the thing. Pete Rose, love him or hate him, right? Pete Rose, you cannot question his work ethic. When he was playing baseball, he was known as what? Charlie Hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. He out-thought, out-worked. He was up in the morning first. He was the last one to leave. Successful people, A-gamers. One that really comes to mind that I just absolutely love was Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was in the gym first guy in the morning. Kobe Bryant was the last guy out. 4,000 shots a day. Why do you think we can say Kobe Bryant and go championship, superstar, future Hall of Famer? Because he put the time in, and what he did is he outworked everybody else on the floor. That's why he was so good. He had natural talent, but he outworked everyone. So this is what is keys to success from an A-gamer perspective. So what does it take to be an A-gamer? A couple things, and we're going to be some repeats here. You got to have A-gamers do this. They have that purpose. I'm getting back. This is, if you take anything from what I talked here today, make sure you know your purpose. That's the thing that drives you. That's your why. That's your reason. Have a purpose. Focus. Laser focus, ladies and gentlemen. Have a laser focus. Do you know where you're going? Do you know exactly where you're going? Not just broad stroke. We do this a lot. I used to go into networking meetings, right? Go to networking meeting. So, what's your client? What kind of client do you want? Anybody with skin. Yeah, what company is that?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
If they can fog a mirror, no, get specific. Know where you are. The specialist makes more money. 2 months ago, I had knee surgery. Had my knee done. Some of you knew it, some of you didn't know it. Had my knee done. Did I go to my generalist? Nope. I went to the best orthopedic guy in North Texas. Why? Because he knew what he was doing. Brian, you just talked about assessments. I got a broad stroke on that, so I don't do a lot of assessments, but you got that deep dive. And I know Chip does too. Both of you guys are like, is it in the name or something? I don't know. Be specific and be focused. No complaints. You know why? Because nobody wants to hear your shit and hear your stuff anyway. No complaints. We don't care. I don't want to hear you complaining. Quit your bitching. Right? A-gamers, no excuses. No one's listening to them anyway. We can find excuses. Don't use excuses. Be decisive. Have decisiveness. Rule number 5, Coach Rick's 12 commandments for success is this. Make a decision. Right or wrong, make a decision. Make something happen. If you're right, awesome. If you're wrong, well, you won't do that again, will you? Be decisive in your business. Don't be wishy-washy. Be goal-oriented. Hell, we live, eat, sleep, and breathe goals, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have or have not set goals for yourself, the heck. Make sure you have these goals. This is what an A-gamer brings to it. They stay the course. Be persistent. Had any of you decided not to stay the course and be persistent, you wouldn't be here today. Because I know every one of us in the room has had that dark day, has had that tough day. I have to applaud the Trusted Advisors Network crew, Wendy, Gerard, and what's your name again? Kenny. And Jenna. They stayed the course. They didn't quit on it. They're A-gamers. Be driven by opportunities in the future. We are here today because these folks at the Trusted Advisors Network, they saw opportunities for the future. They could have packed their bags and gotten real jobs. I don't know if Gerard could have kept a real job. But they could have gotten real jobs, right? Now we just have fun with our friends. They saw the opportunity in the future. We come here and we look to the future. And Gerard said, what's the most important day in the future to me? I'm looking to the future. Here's some absolutes. A gamers, there we go, have to have character. You must have vision. You must have knowledge, courage. What is courage? Courage is saddling up anyway. John Wayne. Perseverance. How many here could have quit within the first 3 to 5 years? How many here could have quit? Oh, hell yeah. If you don't put your hand up, you're lying. Because I know we all thought about it and say, oh, damn, that bank account's going the wrong way. I got a bunch of white boxes in the garage. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with them. Perseverance. Got told no over and over and over again. But you're here. The ability to inspire. What do? Do you inspire others? Do you inspire yourself? Are you taking time to inspire yourself to take that next level? Decisiveness. Already talked about it. Got to have decisiveness. Discernment. Discernment in situations. Discernment with people. And finally, communication. Got to be able to communicate. Work on, focus on, stay attuned to how you're communicating with the people around you. A couple of things about A-gamers. And I got a bunch of them, so I wrote them down so I can actually think about it. A-gamers learn from their mistakes. C-gamers make excuses. A-gamers are courageous warriors. C-gamers are fearful. They succumb to discouragement and look for someone to follow. A-gamers set the pace. C-gamers turn it over. A-gamers have a humble spirit. They serve the people they are around with humility. C-gamers are filled with pride. One of the 3 things that'll stop. A-gamers are people builders. And C-gamers, they build their kingdoms on a foundation of sand. A-gamers show character in adversity. C-gamers squeal about problems. A-gamers are good listeners. C-gamers tell to settle. A-gamers are accountable. Get a partner to hold you accountable. The best way to be held accountable is to hold someone else accountable. Look around this room. Who can you choose as your accountability partner? Get a coach. You got a room full of coaches right here. Take your pick. Each and every one of you are excellent at your jobs, at business. Be teachable. Be accountable. And C-gamers, they place blame. Not my fault. Remember, we all been through it, right? What happens when you point your finger at someone else? 3 fingers are pointing back. What happens when you place blame? What do you become? A victim. Yeah. Is there any victims? Would you consider yourself a victim? Hell no. A-gamers count their blessings. C-gamers, they count their toys. He with the most toys does not win. He just dies. It's just stuff, people. You're changing the world. You have opportunity to change the world as you know it. A-gamers are finishers. C-gamers are quitters. They give up at the first sign of adversity. I want to make sure I got all those right for you. So, there's some absolutes that are necessary as we are. You see them. A-gamers believe. Ladies and gentlemen, believe in yourself. Believe in who you are. Take ownership of what you believe in. Set goals. Work on your actions. And it's right up there. To be, you must become. Believe in your faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the people around you, faith in the people you surround yourself with. A-gamers define their self-worth. What's your self-worth tied to? What you have or who you are? What's your purpose? A-gamers deal with their demons. This was hard for me to write. We all have that dark place where we don't want to go, and none of us, we have that. Everyone has it. Fears. That might just be fear. It's not that you did anything bad. There's no cops coming to the door, is there? The dark side that we have, that fear of failure, fear of success, any other fears that you might have, you got to embrace it. And I'm just really a no bullshit guy. Kick it out, get rid of it, change it. What do you got to do to change that, get rid of that fear in your mind? What fears are you holding on to? What is that? And what is it doing to your business? What's it doing to you? Is it holding you back? Make your life and your business what you want it to be, folks. Whatever you want it to be, it can be. It's your choice. I believe in helping people. And it was a turn. Because I was a pretty selfish old guy. When I first started this business 20 years ago, I was I was about for Rick. I wanted lots of toys and all that stuff. Now, it's not that important. Like I said earlier, I got a text message from Brian. Name's Brian Miller. It says, I'm sitting here with Cody. He's in your year 1 class. And Brian, we helped Brian out in the class. We changed his life. He took a new job. He's taking a better job through the Emerging Leaders Academy. He's about to have a baby, his second, little girl. He and his girlfriend just posted on Facebook, they're pregnant. He's now getting his act together. And I had a little tiny piece to do with that. I'm good. That touches my heart. It's not how much money he paid me or he made through the Leaders Academy. It's nice. It gets me to fly up here, get to hang out, get to go on cruises, get to do all the cool stuff. That's not what drives me. Help people. Build the business you want to build. Define that business. Know your purpose. Really take time to know what you're working on. Accept responsibility for your own success. And you see the quote, and I love it, from Winston Churchill. The price of responsibility or greatness is responsibility. We talked about it, and if you've been through the authority power speech that we all know and love, we've heard, it's about responsibility. Accept responsibility for everything that happens in your life. Don't place blame. Don't play the victim card. Accept that responsibility. Folks, final exam. This is it. I'm the last thing you're going to see before you go home and make a difference in someone else's life. This is your final exam. Make it count. It's been a pleasure and a privilege, and I hope that I put a spark somewhere inside of you. And somewhere inside of you, there's that little spark. And I see myself as that fan that fans the flames in you. And that's that spark turned into a fire. And that fire turned into a raging inferno inside of you. It's going to transform who you are, what you are, and how you do it. Thank you. God bless you.